Welcome to the Intuitive Rising podcast. I'm your host, Amy Brooks. This is a podcast that invites you to remember who you are, return to yourself, and rise into your highest and best soul self. Every week, I will be sharing inspiring conversations about topics that hold keys to your awakening. My mission as an international evidential psychic medium, Reiki practitioner, and intuitive mentor is to help you rise into who you were born to be. Enjoy the show. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of the Intuitive Rising podcast. I am your host, Amy Brooks, and I am so happy to see you. It's been a few weeks since I have recorded a podcast, and I am really happy to be back and really just trying to live within the flow and just kind of, showing up when I have an important message to give. And yeah, today I feel like I have that. So here we go. The stars have aligned. Happy July. Can you believe it? Lucky number 7. Today we're going to talk about the energetic support and the guidance that comes through with that for the month of July 2025. So as you guys know, whenever I do these monthly check-ins, I always set my intention to connect to the kind of overall guidance for the collective. You being the collective, anyone that's listening is meant to hear these messages. I set my intention for your highest and best good. So we are aligning to our highest probable path with purpose. So I pull a tarot card, an oracle card, and a kind of soul lesson, an overall goal, so to speak, card. I reveal those to you, and then I take a moment after we've talked about the cards and their messages to tap into the energetic support coming through from a number, from an animal, and from a color. So with all that being said, let's dive right in. We have got from the tarot, we've got the Ace of Pentacles. I really, really love the energy of this. And also look at this amazing card. For those of you watching on YouTube, you'll be able to see it. I'm holding it up. It's kind of like a star, not a star, sorry. It's a sky scene. So it almost looks like we're at sunset with the blue and the pinky kind of inky colors. And then we've got a hand. And the hand is holding a pentacle. And the pentacle has wings on it and also has a third eye in the middle. So it's a very interesting kind of image. And what is this telling us? Well, it's telling us a lot already, right from the get-go, from just looking at the card. Off the get-go, I am picking up on a feeling of peacefulness just from the colors used and the kind of mood that's being set here. I see the hand extended. To me, this makes me feel like something is on offer, right? We're holding on an offer for you. Then we see Pentacles. Pentacles is the suit of earth. It has, all things kind of tangible, financial, career, our goals, our money, our investments, our things, all pentacles, okay? So there's something being offered to us in the month of July surrounding that. And then we've got angel wings, and for me, always mean kind of divine support, spirit wings, if you will. And we got the third eye in the middle, increase intuition. All right. So some things that I wrote down about this card, some keywords, some things to take note of. There's going to be an increased feeling of like increased opportunities, increased things on offer to us in this moment. Okay. These things are being guided to us from, our loved ones in spirit, from our angels, from our connection with the archangel, from God creator itself, but also from us, from our higher selves, and from, there's a momentum here. I keep seeing a wheel being turned, right? So the wheel is spinning, and it's been spinning for a long time. And so now we're kind of in this place of, okay, get ready, hold your bag open, hold your hand open, and grab what you can. It's reminding me of like, those like old game shows where somebody would go into what looked like an old school phone box, and then you'd go in and you'd have to grab as much money that was like coming at you in all directions. It's kind of that energy that's coming forward in July. So, we're not just talking about money here. We're talking about just kind of bringing things to actualization is what I'm hearing. So could be that we've had some goals, career-wise, family-wise, relationship-wise, personal, and all of a sudden we're starting to reap the rewards. We're starting to see the proof of all the work that we've been doing. So I am hearing that in a really big way. The connection with the third eye here is just to recognize, to have an awareness, have that kind of wisdom to see between the lines, right? To know how the universe speaks, right? And so trust your instincts, trust your intuitions, trust the inner voice that's like, you should go to this diner on Saturday morning and you should have your coffee and your French toast there, right? We don't know why, but we know our intuition is leading us there. Listen to those insights this month. Manifestation, big month for this, right? If we've got this kind of, there's definitely an energy of abundance that's been around us for at least the last 4 to 6 weeks. It's carrying forward into July, is what I'm hearing. So, manifestation, get busy with your manifestations. Remember, the most important part of manifestation is the belief piece, right? It's like we can declare. We can put it out there till the cows come home that we want something. We can hustle, but if we are not feeling within ourselves, within every aspect of who we are, that we can have it, that we're worth it, that it's attainable to us, that it's, realistic, then we're going to keep grasping at straws here, right? It's just kind of like, oh, that little money machine that I was seeing, it's like, oh, you know, less opportunities for you to grab. So please align your belief. This is a great month for affirmations. I was hearing to do some I decide, I declare work. And so that what that means is sitting down with a fresh piece of paper. I declare that. What do you declare? Make a decision, write it in ink, get it out there into the world, and then abide by it. Abide by it. Don't just wish upon a star. That's not what this energy is about. This is about kind of like drawing a line in the sand, right? It's saying that this is totally possible for me. This is possible. This is already here. It's more than possible. It exists already, and I just have to step into it. So please get to working on your manifestations. This is the month. Don't forget to take action on some of those things too, okay? Increased health, feelings of well-being, but also feelings of empowerment come through. So I feel like for a lot of us, we're going to have some changes with our health or how we're feeling. Maybe some of us have some sort of newfound plan, or we're doing something and all of a sudden we're starting to see results. We're starting to feel better. Maybe we're making some new choices that are just putting us in a kind of different place, physically, mentally, spiritually, all of the ways. But whatever you're doing, it's working for you, okay? This is also a really good month that if you are wanting to initiate some sort of change around your overall well-being, or in particular your health, this is the month to do it, okay? You're going to be supported in doing all of that. This is a month we're trying to align all the things, is what I'm hearing, right? So it's like getting your head and your heart on the same page, working through any limiting self-beliefs, and just starting to take action and believe that it's possible. That's where this piece around power comes through. And I feel like there's this feeling of power or empowerment. This is the healthy version of power. It's not the toxic. It's not the spiritually bypassing. It's the, I feel empowered to make positive changes. I've got this. Okay. So that comes through in a really big way. Security comes in. There's increased feelings and like, desire for us to be building a very strong foundation. So keep that in mind as you're making your decisions. Is this taking me to where I need to go? It's kind of like moving away from any fly by night, like immediate instant gratification kind of things, and instead thinking about longevity and security and stability. Have some fun, live a little. I'm not telling you to not eat the chocolate cake. Eat the cake and have fun, but also get kind of in the mindset of long term as well, planning. And like there's this overall, like, your soul needs steady ground. Okay. And who doesn't right now with what's going on in the global like landscape right now? We need stability and security in our own individual lives. So whatever we can do to make us feel that, to feel more empowered, to feel more healthy and in charge, that is the way to go. Speaking of that, oh no, I'll move to that in a minute. Building foundation for the future, I also wrote down. So keep that in mind. We are, keep in mind, like, where does this help me and others? It's like aligning it's not just about you is what I'm hearing. Basically, it's not just about us on an individual term. Yes, it starts with us. When one person's happy, then they kind of go about their day differently, their energy is different, and that trickles out all the way, ripple effect all the way out. But also think about on a global scale. So try to make your decisions not just for the benefit of yourself, but for your community, for your family, etc. And move through any preconceived notions as well as what I'm hearing. So be mindful if you've got something in your mind of like, this is the way it is, this is the way it happens, it's only successful if this, I'm only okay if this, something to be mindful of throughout the month of July as well. Moving forward with our oracle support, I pulled from the deck the Golden Future. I thought that was fitting. And even given what's just come in a little bit with that tarot guidance, it's definitely making even more sense. We've got the population is the card. The population. Interesting. So I'm just talking about the collective, right? And they're directing me there. So this is seizure opportunities. Once again, really aligning with these are going together very, very well. Some things I wrote down. Enjoy the dance. Enjoy the dance. Life's a journey, not a destination. Is that not what the great Steven Tyler sings? The reason that's interesting is just before I started recording this podcast, I took note and I wrote down on my yellow legal pad here something that had come in somebody's reading the other day. And I thought it was just, I don't know, it just hit, it resonated. And that was our control comes from our ability to exist in the uncertainty, not in the final outcome, but in the dance. So, a lot of us struggle with like feelings of control. And we want to control things. We want that sense of security, that sense of certainty. But we know that really the only certainty in this lifetime is uncertainty. So what I was picking up on from this particular person was around how can we still grasp onto that feeling of like, I got this, I'm in control, but in a healthy way. And what came out was the control that you have comes from your ability to exist in the uncertainty, not in the final outcome of what will happen, not in your prediction, not in your what's the word I'm looking for? My mind just went blank. Does anybody else have this happen? Your expectations, not in your expectations, but in the dance of getting there. Sometimes we miss out on a whole lot if we're really rigid. We're really rigid in what we expect and how we go about things and what we accept and what we don't accept, then we may be missing out on some magic, right? So be mindful of that. Enjoy the dance this month. A reminder around responding versus reacting. So if our tempers are flaring. Sometimes when we've got this intense energy, this passionate, inspired energy, sometimes we can lean on the more negative side of like wanting to hold on really tight, or maybe we're feeling super fiery and we're like, no, no, no. We can get kind of control-y about other people or about ourselves. Be mindful of that. Please practice response over reaction. Take a pause, take a minute, catch your breath, see if you feel differently in 5 minutes, then come back. Okay. This is a month of flow, embracing flow. Please try your hardest around that. That is how we grab onto all that's being offered to us with the Ace of Pentacles, is in that flow, in the response, in the I can't control the outcome, but I can control how I show up in the dance. Okay, that's what July is all about. Got goosey bumps as I said that. There's also, this was kind of tapping in a little bit around future, and I wanted to read to you straight from the guidebook here. So it says, billions of souls who have unfinished karma. By the way, karma for me is not punishment. It simply means cycles, patterns, things like that, right? There's things that have not, things left undone, things to be worked on around that. Billions of souls who have unfinished karma have been given a special dispensation Dispensation? Yes. Dispensation, I don't know what that word is, okay? By Source to return to Earth to try to complete their missions by 2032, when the new blueprint for this planet will be activated. By then, you must have your heart open, or you will continue your soul journey back on the inner planes. Um, so, it's kind of like everybody's got to get together. It's kind of like all for one and one for all. That's what's coming through in my mind's eye. So there's a focus on the heart chakra. There's a focus on opening of the heart. This has been a theme for years now. This is a theme of like thinking of, that's why spirit, that's why I was feeling like they kind of butted in a little bit at the end when I was revealing the tarot card, when I heard this is not just about you, this is about everyone. We have to think about everyone. We have to think about the greater good for everyone. All right. This is reminding me of the podcast I put out a few months ago. I will link it in the show notes if you missed it. But yeah, that's what it's reminding me of. So we need to, in order to align with this new kind of energetics that's coming in around 2032, I totally agree with that timeline. That is definitely a timeline that I was kind of working within as well. I was thinking, like within the next 10 years, when COVID began. And so in 2020, so definitely in that timeline, it's a time when a lot of things, that a lot of shadows, a lot of the darkness that existed, that we coexisted with for eons and eons, is now just becoming intolerable. It's kind of like, if I can be so frank, shit or get off the pot energy. It's like you either get it together for all of us or you get out, right? It's anything that is not aligned with that principle of working for all, any kind of separation, any kind of hierarchy of like, I'm better than you, I deserve this more than you. It just can't live within this new frequency. So we got to get it together. And it does start individually, because the more people that work with this frequency, with this energy, and get it together in themselves, the more that ripples out into the future. So there never has been a better time to practice what you preach, right? There's never been a better time to treat others as you would like to be treated. Never, never, never. Keep your heart open. Wake up every day and think about all you have to be grateful for, even if it's just waking up that day. I'm grateful my eyes are opening. I'm grateful my heart's beating. I'm grateful. Just please tap into the energetics of gratitude this month, especially, as this helps you a lot with the opportunities on offer that feel really, really good. Lastly, I tap in, as always, to an overall goal that we are working towards collectively. Okay. We had two cards come out and they both connect with each other. The first one is worry. It says, I am learning that worry doesn't change the outcome. Is that not bang on with what we just talked about? It is. Worry doesn't change the outcome. The only control that we have is how we respond while we're in the dance. And then we have grief. And the grief card says, I understand that losing something is an opportunity to appreciate it. Okay. Also keep in mind that you cannot, when it comes to, I know you guys know that I'm a medium, so of course I believe that we still are able to talk and connect with our loved ones who have crossed over to the other side. I believe that one day we will join them. I believe in the afterlife. I believe in after death communication. Obviously, that's not what I'm referring to in this next sentence. But what's coming in is, please know that you cannot lose what is meant for you. If there's something that is meant to be on your path, you can physically not lose it. It will show up. It might take longer to get to you, depending on, what you're doing and the decisions that you're making. The how and the why is not your business. This is what I always hear from Spirit. You show up, you do the thing. The how and the why is not your business. You just show up. Okay. So please kind of wrap your head around any kind of mindsets around control, timelines, If something's not happening in the timing that you expect it to, it does not mean that it's not for you. Remember, redirection is direction. All of these great soul lessons are coming in. Now I'm going to take a moment to see which color support wants to come in for us this month. So I'm going to close my eyes, take a deep breath, and ask about that. And if you would like to kind of close your eyes and take part in this exercise as well, I hear from my listeners quite often that they also saw the same color before I said it, or they also feel the energy of a certain number or animal before I say it. So please practice with me if you would like to. We're going to ask about a number support. Interesting. I see 9, 1, 1. Interesting. What does this have to do with? Okay, so they're telling me that number one, this may be a number. It's not to be kind of compared with actual 911 like emergency, nor is it meant to be thought of like 9/11, the terrible tragedy that happened in September of 2001. This is just a number right now, okay? So the number itself is a spirit sign. If you're catching it, if you're seeing it, I know that that's a spirit wink. Number two, the 9 is around closing out something, and the ones represent new beginnings. But then we have double ones, which feel even more significant. So what's coming in around this is we're closing a door to something, to someone, to an experience, to a mindset, to a behavior. Remember, there was a feeling of like renewed health and well-being, renewed sense of empowerment. So maybe there's been a lot of messaging around control coming in, and that you like to work on your response versus your reactions. So all of this combined is kind of telling me that we're kind of closing the door on some unaligned behavior, unaligned mindset, unaligned, whatever. And that we are moving in not only to a new beginning, but we've got the double one. So it's like almost like something. I keep hearing sacred, sacred, sacred work. So coming in that the things that you're welcoming new at this time period feel very meant to be, is what I will say. So pay attention to the kind of inspired thoughts that you have, the opportunities that I felt like are going to be flowing to us. Pay attention to those things, because those things feel divinely timed, I'll say. All right. So it's kind of like right time, right place energy as we had come in last month. It's carrying forward into this month. So yeah, the 9, we're closing, right? We're at the end of some cycle. We're closing it out. I keep hearing sacred pause. So I think that's coming through with like messaging around taking a moment to pause, to reflect on the journey, to kind of take what you've learned and then move forward. But then as a double whammy, things that are coming forward for you, the new interactions, the new opportunities, the new people that you're meeting, the new relationships you may be, coming into, all of those things are divinely timed. They're coming into your life at the right time. So that's an amazing message. And yeah, if you see 911 as well, out in the wild, as I like to say, take it as a spirit wink. Animal. I've already got an animal coming in my mind's eye, but I will close my eyes for a moment. I'll just sit in that intention for a moment, and I'll allow you to catch up and see if you're perceiving anything that could be similar to what's coming through in this moment. I'll give it 3, 2, 1. Okay, our energetic support this month that comes via the animal kingdom is a monkey. Okay, let's see what Miss Monkey has to say. Okay, it's an interesting feeling coming through. It's this feeling of, firstly, and I don't know this, but I wonder if monkeys are quite communal, meaning They stay within families or within communities. It's kind of reminding me of our newest cat. We got a new cat, by the way, since I've been talking to you last, and I'll tell you that story next time. Um, his name is Toby, though, and we adopted him. He is a semi-feral cat, so he was rescued by a cat rescue place locally here, and he was rescued from a well established rather cat colony. And so, they fix them up, spay and neuter them, give them all their antibiotics and vaccines, and then release them back. But cats that feel like they would be good pets, or they react very well and interact very well with people, are adoptable. And so we adopted a little guy. And the reason I'm bringing that up is that I know that the colonies, right, of the cats, especially like the ones that I know about, they live very connected. Like it's like a little family, a little town village, so to speak, of animals that help each other and relate with each other. And I'm wondering if monkeys do something similar, because there's this message around communal energy, communal space, community. That comes in really, really big. So there seems to be some sort of focus this month on working together. It's like two heads are better than one energy. I feel like that also represents all that messaging that we were talking about around the card that came in called the population, which was like building a better future for us all, working together as a community, and how that is sacred work. And then we've got this animal that I'm hearing represents that in this moment and may quite literally live that way. I'm not sure. I'll figure that out later, but I'm hearing that. So community focus this month, energy, thinking about the greater good for all, while having fun. There's something coming in very specifically about karaoke. I know that is very off the wall and random, but I feel like someone or someone's listening is definitely like into that, loves to sing, and is being invited to go do some karaoke. Just let it out, belt it out is what I hear. Too funny. Let's see what else comes in about monkey. His main message is about community. I'm like, it's interesting. I hear like, I scratch my back. I scratch your back, you scratch mine. So it's like giving and receiving and being in that place of like doing a good deed, and then also being open to receive back. So please allow that. Just allow yourself to take care of people, allow others to take care of you. I hear that very clearly. I'm hearing about self-care. I'm hearing about what does that mean? I'm hearing the question, what does that mean for you? What is self-care? Is it a little bit of flexibility in your schedule? Is it time to read? Is it a bubble bath? Is it a massage? Is it alone time? Is it a hearty breakfast? Like, what is that for you? I'm hearing that. Ask yourself that. Check in with that question this month. Okay. And lastly, what's our color? Hmm. I hear mustard yellow. Okay. I'm hearing about mustard seed. I feel like the mustard seed is something very sacred and special. I feel like that's biblical. I couldn't tell you what it means out of my own brain, but I'm hearing about mustard seed. I will include in the show notes if there's any additional information about that. Okay. Sacredness within. I'm hearing a lot of messages about sacredness or sacred. The sacred journey, the sacred path came in with those double ones and our number. Now I'm hearing about the sacredness. Be mindful of the seeds that you plant. Be mindful of the seeds that have been planted within you. Be mindful of what you allow to grow. Be mindful of what you are watering. You can start over. You can remove that seed. You can plant another one. I love that message. That's wonderful. I think a lot of us needed to hear that. It's never too late to start over. It's never too late to make a new decision. Um, if you could see what I could see when I tap into somebody's kind of potential, I see it very much um, like all these different paths, very much like branches on a tree. And there's so many different possibilities and potentials for us, each individually and also as a whole. And I know that sometimes that can almost feel overwhelming because it's like, oh my God, there's so many different things. But one thing I've learned time and time again is you can't miss out on what's meant for you. So it's kind of this feeling of like you choose this path and then, oh, you decide that you'd rather be on this path, and that's okay, and then it like that path creates another branch, and then you veer off there, and then you veer here, and like you're all getting to the same place in the end. It's just a matter of timing. It's just a matter of, are you listening? Are you trusting? Are you allowing to flow? Are you resisting? Are you stagnant? Are you fearful? Are you holding back? It's just a matter of that as to how kind of quickly we move. But please know it's never too late to start over. It's never too late to make a new beginning, to become a new version of yourself. It's never too late. I hear so often, especially in, you know, a little bit older than my generation, I often hear, oh, it's too late for me. I'm like, you're still here. You're still living. It's not too late for you. It's not too late for you until your very last breath. And even then, it's not even too late for you because you go on. You continue to exist. You continue to grow. You continue to be. It's never too late. That's the message. That's the message that comes through with this. I hope you enjoy this episode. I enjoyed recording it for you. I enjoy spending time with you. I wish you all the best, and I will see you back here really soon. Take good care. If you have enjoyed this episode, please consider hopping on over to wherever you listen to your podcast and giving it a 5-star review. Thank you so much in advance. If you'd like to keep in touch, please head over to my website, theintuitiverising.com, to keep up with all the things that I have been doing. I also have a private Facebook community for people just like you. It's called the Intuitive Rising Community. All you gotta do is request to join, and I will let you in. Keep rising.